Good morning and welcome back to Sober Sunrise. It's Wednesday. It's July 23rd. It's 6:54 a.m. here in Colorado. Beautiful day. It's going to be a great one. And I'm ready to get into the reading today, so let's do it. It says, I ask God to decide. I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. It's from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 76. And this writer says, having admitted my powerlessness and made a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand Him, I don't decide which defects get removed, or the order in which defects get removed, or the time frame in which they get removed. I ask God to decide which defects stand in the way of my usefulness to Him and to others, and then I humbly ask Him to remove them. Okay. Yeah, I agree with this writer. So when I was reading this quote, I was like, that's not how it works. Um, so the passage says, I pray that you now remove from me every single defect of character which stands in the way of my usefulness to you and my fellows. That's not how it works. That's not a realistic request, in my opinion. You're listening to this channel, so you're going to get my opinion. Okay? You don't have to agree with me on everything. That's okay. You might not agree with me today, and that's all right. So the reason that this one rubs me the wrong way is the specificity of the request. Every single defect of character which stands in the way. And also the notion that we can ask our higher power for something so specific and just expect it to be done. To me, that doesn't equate. A more practical way for me would be to say something like, I want to give these to you because I no longer have use for them. I hope that you will take them because I no longer want them, right? But saying, I pray that you do the work. You remove them from me. Seems like trying to abuse the higher power's power. And it just doesn't seem realistic. It also doesn't seem like you're the one doing the work. It seems like you are just saying, all right, I don't want this anymore. Like, get rid of it. I have a Valley Girl in my head going, I don't like it. Take it away. You know? That's not how it works. So, yeah, it just makes more sense to say, okay, I've done a lot of work. I've been uncomfortable. I've sat with these uncomfortable feelings for a while now. I'm no longer running away from them. I'm trying to face them. I'm trying to understand them. And I've identified these things that don't serve me, right? These character defects that don't serve me. They don't make me a better person. I don't want them anymore. And I'm hoping that you will help me by helping me remove them. So I'm going to give them to you, and you decide what to do with them. If you decide I still need these because they haven't served their full purpose yet, I might not understand what the purpose is, but there is a purpose, then okay. Then I will understand when I understand. More will be revealed. But if you if you agree that I no longer need these things, they no longer serve me, you're gonna alleviate me of their burden. Then that is a partnership with a higher power. That's a healthy partnership, not a take it away. I don't like it. Okay. All right. So having admitted my powerlessness and made a decision to turn my life and my will over to the care of God as I understand Him, doesn't make sense the same way for everyone. So as I understand Him, I don't get to decide which defects get removed, or the order in which defects get removed, or the time frame in which they get removed. Right? That's not up to me. I am just the one who is tasked with identifying these character defects, understanding them, admitting them, owning them, and just being aware that they exist. And what happens next, I ask my higher power to decide. By the way, I realized that I could do this, and now I'm obsessed. So I'm going to be doing this more in the videos to highlight where I am and what part of the reading I'm on. Maybe it'll be helpful. It's fun for me, so I'm going to do it. All right, so we know that we can't decide these things. We are powerless. Okay, and we're asking for help. When you ask someone for help, you can't then dictate how they help you. If they're going to help you, they're going to help you. You have to let go of the control. I ask God to decide which defects stand in the way of my usefulness to Him and to others, and then I humbly ask Him to remove them. All right, so which defects stand in the way? Like I said, so we might not understand right now the purpose of some of these character flaws. Perhaps they're not flaws. Maybe one or two of them are actually character traits that make us useful in some way. We just can't see it yet. I don't have a good example of this because I haven't run into this situation. At least, maybe, I don't know. If I thought about it more, maybe I could come up with something, but I haven't thought about it more. But we don't know, is the point. I don't know if my procrastination is going to serve me someday. Maybe that thing that I've been putting off doing, I shouldn't be doing at all. And that's the reason why I'm procrastinating from doing it. That's just one very generic, very non-specific example. So we don't get to decide which defects stand in the way. That's not up to us. We identify them. We try to identify the ones that we don't believe serve us in our life, in our desire to be a certain type of person. And we then humbly ask our higher power to remove the ones that we don't find useful. And then we see what happens. And you don't just do this once, by the way. This is a practice that should happen as part of a cycle, I think. Doing a moral inventory on yourself is something that you don't just do one time and then it's done forever. Because we change as people. So we might do a moral inventory, humbly ask God to remove some shortcomings, and then a year later do it again and realize that, oh, in the last year, I've now become someone who does this. Right? I'm so sure of myself, and I'm so I finally have confidence, but my confidence is now showing in an ego that is unhealthy, and I am proselytizing and touting my own exploits so much that others are finding it very off-putting. Okay, now you can do another fearless moral inventory and identify that, okay, that's the kind of person I've become and I don't like it and I need to check myself again. Humbly ask your higher power to remove that shortcoming. And the awareness of the shortcomings is going to help the removal of them if they need to be removed. I feel like I'm speaking in code or some type of riddle, but it's pretty simple. It boils down to a very simple idea. We don't like the type of person we are currently. We understand we have flaws, and that those flaws led us to become dependent on escaping our problems through drug or alcohol use or whatever your affliction happens to be. So rather than continuing to try to escape in an unhealthy way, we try to identify the things that we are uncomfortable with, and then we stop hiding from them. We face them and we deal with them. And that's all this whole thing is. So I could talk about all the different ways it can be done, and the daily reflections can every single day for the entire month of July lay out how it gets done. And that's basically what I've been doing for all of July, is reading about humility and reading about humbly asking our higher power to remove our shortcomings. It's pretty simple. I feel like by hammering it home day after day after day, it can almost come to seem like it's complicated, but it's really not. It's very, very simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. So keep it simple. I ask God to decide which defects stand in the way of my usefulness to Him and to others, and then I humbly ask Him to remove them. Yeah, I mean, that's it. We ask our higher power to decide. And then we wait and see. And if you have to do that every day, do it every day. What is it going to take? An extra minute out of your time? An extra minute out of your day, out of your morning? Maybe while you're brushing your teeth, you say that to yourself. Higher power, please remove these shortcomings. I no longer find them useful. If you decide that they are no longer useful to me, please remove them. How long did that take? 25 seconds? All right. I got a lot to do today. It's going to be a busy day. I think that this reading was very good. It's very useful. It's simple. It's a simple idea that if you are someone like me, you can easily complicate it. So in this case, don't be like me. Keep it simple. And do the best you can today. Be kind to someone just because you can. And do the best you can. That's all. And be humble. Don't think less of yourself. Just think of yourself less. And come back tomorrow. And if you like the video, do the things. Do all the things. Oh, someone suggested I should start saying that at the beginning of the videos, because by the time I get to this point, most people aren't listening anymore. So I'm going to start saying at the top of the video that I am humbly asking you to hit like and subscribe and share the video. So I will start doing that if I can remember to. But for now, please hit the thumbs up, because if you made it this far, you can probably say that, okay, this has some use, right? These messages are useful. So hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share the video with someone, and all these things will help the algorithm to understand that these videos are useful and helpful, and hopefully it will push the algorithm, will push the videos out to more people. So thank you for that in advance. And comment. Do some comments. Why not? That's all, okay? So whoever you are and wherever you are and whenever you are listening to this, I love you, and you are worth it, and you are enough, and you can do this. You can do this. I believe in you. I've done it. If I can do it, you can do it. And you are enough, okay? Just do the best you can today and stay humble. And I'll be back tomorrow with another simple message that I'll probably complicate. Okay, have a good day. I love you all. Goodbye.